What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is WISHLIST, and welcome to today's video. Now, today we're going to be talking about Advanced Warfare, more specifically, what I want to see in the game. I mentioned yesterday that today would encompass what I want to see and what I don't want to see in Advanced Warfare, but for the interest in time for you guys, I figured I would split them into two videos. Tomorrow's video may end up being what I don't want to see in Advanced Warfare, but let's start out with single player. What I want is a story that will pull me in. As I've said before, and you guys know, I love the single player of games. It's one of my favorite aspects of new games, and that being said, Ghost was absolutely awful in my opinion in the end of single player. It didn't keep my interest at all and overall disappointed me tremendously. That being said, I'm willing to have an open mind and short memory and give Advanced Warfare a large chance here. With Kevin Spacey, brand new universe, new tech such as hover bikes, exosuits, and so much more, that's more than enough change for me to give it a chance. The idea of the story as well is fresh and brand new, and we get a look at something that will be a plausible scenario in the coming years. It's got an aspect of potential greatness, it's just a matter of if it will get there or not. As much as I liked Black Ops 2 and the split endings that you could have, we already were given confirmation from Glenn Schofield that such scenarios would not be the case in the storyline. It would be built off one linear story. However, I would still like the ability to have choice. Clearly, it can't affect the outcome of the game, but some choice is always great in my mind. As well as in the story, I want freedom. Guardrails or tracks, however you want to identify them, they're never the best thing when you want to see in a game. You can't explore the possibilities with them. I want vehicles in campaign to have free roam, not a set trajectory that you can't stray from. So moving out of single player, let's talk about multiplayer, and there's a ton that I can talk about here. Pretty much in essence, don't be Ghost, but in all actuality, there are some things that I do want specifics in Advanced Warfare, such being, I want dedicated servers. Ghost said we would have them, when in reality, it was a hybrid system, and this caused a ton of unwanted lag compensation situations to still occur, host migrations, and all that good stuff, all while it shouldn't be happening when we were told we'd have dedicated servers. Yes, it was a step in the right direction, but it wasn't there completely. Finish that off with fully dedicated servers, and I'll be one step closer to calling it my favorite Call of Duty. I want to also see my connection status as well in game. Ping is so important in games. It's the amount of milliseconds that you have from being from a perfect connection in game and the delay that you'll have when facing other players. Ghost didn't offer that. I can constantly feel lag issues and connection advantages, but can never back them up. A part of me almost suspects that Infinity Ward knew the connection would be bad and took it out just to make it look a little better. Who knows, but regardless, I want to see my ping. I also want to see the return of the small leaderboard. That was one innovation to multiplayer that I loved about Ghost. I could check stats or even keep them open without it messing with my game. It did the same job as the normal leaderboard, but in a condensed space, something I can actually applaud Infinity Ward in terms of generating original ideas. I also want to see the return of a streak system. I want to see something similar to Specialist, Support, and Assault, and the ability to choose is tremendously big. It helps shape and mold playstyles. Black Ops 2 remains one of my favorite Call of Duties, but the streaks didn't offer enough choice and variety. Ghost and Modern Warfare 3 did that pretty well, actually. While we're on the topic of streaks, I actually want it to be a score streak system, not kill streak. Kill streaks shouldn't count towards your overall streak in my opinion either, especially if there is a set streak like a nuke in the game. Gun streaks show skill, kill streaks show dependence. Black Ops 2 did it very well. Ghost backed away from it a little bit, but still overall for the most part did it pretty well. I also want to see a competitive side. We know Sledgehammer has been looking into competitive a ton, and they want to please that community in general. League play was so much fun for me. It gave a whole new realm for competitive players to play in, and a ranking system and all. It was absolutely great. I want to see the return of something similar to that. It's all on the table, it's just a matter of putting it in. I also want to see the integration of the new tech, not in a cheesy way or overpowered way, but perhaps the way you prestige and multiplayer is similar to Titanfall, where you upgrade your exosuit, not in terms of power since that would be extremely unfair, but look, suppose the exosuits on players could act as their prestige icons, and that's what I mean by that. In terms of integration as well, I want to see some of the boost jump and other cool stuff, but not in terms that will take away from the realism and structure of the game. It's a fine line to define, let alone walk in terms of the developers, but time will tell if we actually get to see it used. I also want to see the return of vehicles and destructible map elements. We haven't seen vehicles since World at War and only on very few specific maps. There looks to be a lot of cool tech in the game in terms of vehicles and such. Don't hang that over our heads and tease us with it. If we can use that only in single player, that's a bad thing. Do something revolutionary and bring vehicles back into the franchise. Destructible elements also need to be put in. There's a ton of new hardware and memory available for use, so showcase that. Battlefield has a ton of destruction, yes, and no way is it copying So much as upping the ante for the COD series. Ghost went in the right direction, but with only 1 or 2 destructible areas on each map, that really isn't enough in my opinion. I want to change the landscape and use it to my advantage, so take control of the new hardware and use it for Revolution in the series. Lastly, we're going to be talking about a co-op mode, and there won't be much really to say on it, but there will be enough to cover. Firstly, I want a horde-based mode. Whatever the price, I want to have infinite waves to fight off. I want to compete with my friends to say that I'm the best out of them, and endgame scenarios are cool like an extinction, but it takes away from the challenge in my opinion, so don't have them in there. A horde mode, that's the first thing on my list. Second, I want a story. Surprisingly, the extinction story was actually very good. I doubt it can top the zombie storyline with 1 DLC left though, but who knows. But a story to keep us involved and looking for Easter eggs adds so much more in terms of dynamic and player retention. It's so much more fun to me if I can follow and try to piece together a storyline. Third, I want something that will stick. I want to carry over into another game and be highly excited for it. I don't know what it would take, but whatever it is, make it last in terms of longevity and appeal. So that's pretty much it for my list on Advanced Warfare on what I want to see in the game. Stay tuned for what I don't want to see in the game coming here in the next couple days. I'm not exactly sure when I'll have that up, hopefully very soon for you guys, hopefully before the E3 reveal, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys think I'm absolutely crazy? What do you guys think? If you did like the video, please leave a like rating down below. Any shares to your Facebook, Twitter, and or MySpace for you. Would you like that? Always greatly appreciated. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for the best of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare content and any news and information. You guys know exactly where to find it right here up on my channel. So thank you guys once again so much for watching. My name is Nicole Espresso. As always, if you guys are having a great day, I shall see you guys tomorrow. Take care and peace.
Surprise, motherfucker.